Wildest breakup stories. 1. Not my breakup story, but one of my good mates had this girl from almost 3 months and she ended up getting pregnant. Only my mate had a vasectomy a year prior. Needless to say, they broke up and she is now a single parent. 2. I broke up with my ex because he said he didn't like how I decorated my Christmas tree. At first I thought it was a joke, but by the end of 2 weeks I told him to pack his crap and get out of my apartment, and I have not spoken to him since. 3. I was really into this girl because she was a very outdoorsy kind of person, which I really liked. She said she wanted to ride horses with me one day and I thought that was a great idea. However, her idea was of me dressing up in a horse costume and her riding me. Needless to say, that was the biggest turn off and I ended it the next day. 4. I was talking with this guy over a dating app and he seemed really cool, so when we arranged to meet up he told me he would buy me coffee. The entire meetup was of him talking about no one but his grandmother. It was such a turn off I excused myself to the ladies' room and I left without saying a word. 5. I'm all for people reminiscing about the past, but when a guy in his 40s makes it his whole personality about what he did in high school because that's when he peaked, is just something no girl can move past. 6. My ex was obsessed with saving money and that was fine. But the extreme couponing was the biggest turn off and I ended our 2-year relationship because she got so caught up with it. I'm over saving money, but she took it to a whole new level I just couldn't get past. 7. When I went to go spend the night at my ex-boyfriend's house I woke up to him hovering over me. He told me he liked to watch me sleep and hear me breathe at night because it gave him comfort. That was the biggest turn off and I packed up my stuff and left the next day and never went back to him. It was so uncomfortable and creepy. 8. My ex-girlfriend had a crazy shoe collection. She was obsessed with brand names, especially Louis Vuittons, and didn't think she could get any crazier until she wanted to spend $2,700 on one single pair of shoes that she was only planning to wear one time. I just couldn't be with someone who made labels their whole personality and status. 9. My ex-boyfriend was obsessed with working at the mall. I'm glad he was earning a paycheck. When he got drunk one night he told me he likes to look at all the teenagers wasting their money and their time in life on what they think is what mattered. Somehow I took offense to that and told him he didn't need to be talking like that. For some reason I took that as a sign to leave the relationship. I'm so glad I did.